Today we're testing a new infection mod called Entomophobia. And this infection mod basically turns everything into bugs. And it's already starting. Normally you have to wait 2 days, but I placed a mob and it's already doing some work. So in a normal case, after a while, some of the local animals will be infected by the myatic effect. Or miatic, I'm not sure. Anyway, and after a while, some of them will turn into bug-infested version of themselves. Like, oh my god. Are these larvae? So this is a sheep. This is a cow, and there's a few basic mob that can turn into their infected variant. And what I like about it is, look at that. The cow's dead, but it's like, it's growing inside its dead body. The hitbox is still there, but it's not dead, but it's dead. Then there we go, it's back. I wish there would be some animation of rising up, but the mod is still early in development, so there might be more to it. Unfortunately, not all mobs have an insect variant, but they have something for that. Like this Vindicator here. If we wait long enough, they're gonna sprout into a bunch of insect and, well, spiders. And these guys will keep infecting until, well, they die. So that's phase 1. This is just the basic. They have like a weird swarm mechanic where they will join other horde. They will swarm areas and stay there for a while. Also, when a mob kill, they eat a part of the body to regain some HP. And this leads us to the phase 2, which will take a while to happen, but once the swarm is big enough, they will create nests. Alright, right now we can see like these little swarm that are forming. There's one here, there's one over here, and there's one over here. And this slowly will lead us to my favorite part about the mod. Alright, here we go. This is what I was waiting for. They seem to be struggling with water. Hold on. There we go. But this is a nest. Oh yeah, they are building. So this is one nest. I think we have another one over here. Yeah, there we go. So this is the main chamber. It's pretty much always underground like this. It seems to be really struggling with water somehow. I'm just going to remove the water for now, so I can show you that. Remember, it's still really early on in development, so things like this might happen, but okay, here we go. Now we got the message. A faint yet aggressive rustling permeates through the area, and now we have the hive heart. And oh, there we go. It's starting its first tunnel. Because yeah, this thing is gonna branch out. It's not over. Anyway, let's wait here and see what they do with all of this. Okay, so here's another issue of having two hives next to one another. Both tunnels joined up here, but not exactly. So now, both of them are fighting against each other to make the right, like, pockets. Some progress is being made. I hope something will, like, happen. But meanwhile, they still grow over here. Oh yeah, that is so cool. Look at all the tunnels it made. Now, for the sake of this video, it is a bit bigger than it will achieve in your survival world unless you change the config. Like the speed, the size, everything is configurable. Oh yeah, it even hasn't stopped yet. I think this is probably the last room. One of the two has stopped. I don't know which one. This is like the furthest they got. It's here, like they went all the way here, all the way back to the heart. Now, the hearts act like a storage for all the mobs that despawn. Once there's a heart, it like can use its power to like summon a bunch of these guys. Oh my god, there's so many mobs on top. And of course, destroying the heart will stop the hive from growing. Somehow you need shovels to dig the flesh. I thought it was gonna be hoe, because it's an organic material, and most organic material is dug by a hoe, but I guess this one doesn't work like that. It doesn't really matter, because there's no recipe with these. Oh my god. And yeah, they can have some blocks containing some mobs, and with Silk Touch you can get the rooted miatic block, and with Shears you can get the luminous flesh bulb. Let's remove the night vision so we can actually see what's going on, but this basically gives off some light. And if you break them normally, I think there's a chance you get this, the lustrous tissue. Well, it's a food source, it's just disgusting. Ow, ow, ow. Right, now that we know the basic of the mod, let's try something a bit more different. Alright, we are what looks like in the middle of nowhere, but if we go down, right below us, there's the primordial cave from Alex's cave. And I want to see if a hive can expand inside the cave and if the mobs will spawn down there and kill the dinosaurs. Also, what the heck? This cave is at the surface. I've never seen one this open Look at that. Imagine finding a cave like this. All right, the infection is here. I've been away, so I don't know how long it took, but they're here. Now, they just need to gather a big enough swarm to start the hive. So I'm just going to give them a little help. There we go. Now, there is multiple type of swarm, and the one we want is the nest swarm. Now, I have no idea what type of swarm this is. We can see it with the glow effect. They do that automatically, but this is a swarm wand. So we can set it to hunt, nest, attack, scout, or intercept. There's also aimless. But if we set it to nest, we can go to one of them and left click them. And this one is now the leader, and they are all nest swarm, so they should despawn pretty soon, considering the size of the swarm, and create a nest down in the cave, I hope. Oh, there we go. They disappeared, which means there should be... There we go, there it is. And it's at the... Oh my god, there's a second one. Oh no, they... Oh no, they made it too close again. I might have to kill one of them, because I just want to see one. Okay, let's immediately kill the highest one, and let's use the... There's a third one. Oh no, I went overboard. Oh no. Okay, let's keep this one. I like it. It's really in the center of the cave. This one is done. Let's keep it. And yeah, they are making a tunnel. And as you can see, it's going even faster than before. That's because I augmented the speed and the size of the nest, so I don't know what it's gonna do, and I guess the first stage is always to reach the ground level. Now, it can destroy most block, like it carved through this mountain, but they have a maximum hardness that they can get. I don't think we're gonna meet it here, but I'm gonna do some tests later on another structure. So let's wait for this one to grow to max size, and we'll see the damage after that. Alright, it's done, and this one is a bit more straightforward than last one. It is basically one single tunnel that, well, turn here and there, but it's only one tunnel. There's no branching. It only goes so far up to here. Last one was branching out left and right, but this one, I guess, is just one big giant tunnel. Look at that. I feel like it wanted to go this way, but it stopped for some reason. Anyway, let's leave this place and say hi, excuse me, to the Shiraz Palace. Those that watches my video are pretty familiar with this one. It is my favorite test when it comes to like infecting something. It's the perfect place that has many blocks of many hardness. There's obsidian in there. There's, I think, even bedrock somewhere. And we are going to use the nest wand. This creates a nest around Y0 when click on a block. But you can also set up the Y level yourself. So if we go somewhere in the middle of this structure, let's say here, and we do this. Okay, no, it didn't work. So I killed the closest nest, which means this one should stop. There we go, it worked. Now I should do this. Here we go. I pressed the wrong button. Now we have a nest in the middle of the Shiraz Palace. Let's see what this nest can do. Oh, it can erase spawners. All right, let's give ourselves night vision. Let's see what happens here. We can just maybe break these to get a few mobs inside. Okay, these guys are pretty strong though. I don't think they are gonna be yet strong enough to do anything about it, but the first cube is almost done. There we go. The heart is here. It's kind of weird that there's like empty vein dangling around and it's not connected to it. It's connected to something else. Okay, so they're going this way. All right, here we go. It also destroyed the chest but left the loot. Okay, it's going straight out. Not sure exactly where it's going. I think since the hive is... Wait. Oh, so it dug... Wow. It just dug straight through here. Well, now we know it's not flammable, I guess. Wait, there's a pyramid. Don't move. Okay, I'll be right back. I need to test it in this one. Okay, there's the center. I'm gonna place one right here, and I'll come back for this one after. Okay, there's so many structures. Look at that. There's a Shiraz Palace, the pyramids, a few like small statue. There's a pillager tower, an archaeological site, whatever that is, a temple, and a village. But also there's a village embedded inside the Shiraz Palace. Look at that. If we go in, we can see part of the structures and some... Oh my god, this is the unluckiest villager that I ever seen. Literally stuck inside 1,000 ton of sandstone. Anyway, this thing is now underground. I wonder if the main one will branch out. Well, not yet, I guess. It's just a giant tube getting out of the palace. Alright, so this one is formed, and yep, it cannot destroy the dungeon block, because the limit is 10, and this one has, like, infinite. It tried to go up, but it just went through. It still managed to do a hole inside the pyramid, and now, where is it going? Let's find out. It's here. Oh, it's branching out. This one is branching out. Okay, it's going this way and this way. This one has decided to really just go underground. Since they all go down, let's make another one right here at the top. There's also obsidian and like everything here. Let's try a netherite block and an ancient debris. Let's see if we can destroy that. Okay, let's see. Golden diamond blocks are gone. Obsidian stays. Netherite and ancient debris stays. I wonder if it's a good way to find ancient debris in the nether and what happened to Entomophobia in the nether. That's gonna be for another video. In the meantime, let's go see the other tunnels. Also, I have no idea. How are the mobs spawning here? Because since I left like 2,000 blocks, there's no mobs here. The only infection is the heart. And I could not get it to kill these guys. They're too strong. What about the pyramid? It keeps going down, so it really loves to go down. I gotta keep that in mind. And this one is stuck on water again. Yeah, this is something that will have to be checked. Look at that. It just cannot advance through water. Alright, what is going on here? Netherite ancient debris, and it's trying to make a way through here. But there's the obsidian. So unfortunately, it's not gonna be stopped by obsidian. It's just not going to convert it to flesh. Yeah, it's going straight through. It feels a bit like the flesh that hates, but instead of like a big square, it's tunnels. Alright, it's been a while, and while I was letting everything run while I was gone, the game crashed. Well, it froze, so everything stopped dead. There's nothing anymore that is advancing, but we still have a really good nest right now, even though it's outright stopped in the middle of nowhere. Look at that. There's even a branch here that connected these two here, and this one was going down. Oh my god, that would have been so good. This one, where is it? No, that's the outside. There it is in the obsidian. The heart is engulfed in, like, blocks now. Wait, where's the netherite? Were the netherite replaced by these blocks? Oh, it did. It was here. It all got replaced. Well, maybe it cannot replace while doing the nest. These blocks will, so be careful with that. Yeah, replace an obsidian here. These nests are not made to be at the surface anyway, so this should not happen to your base if it's above ground. And I think with this mod, the best place you can build is, of course, in the sky. So let's go see the pyramid. I think this one got a lot of time to spread. There's the entrance. We have the first bubble. The heart is here, so let's follow around. It goes here, underwater, all the way here, where it stopped because of the water. Another one that got stopped by the water. On the other side, it goes here, down here, up to there. There's another sphere, and it stopped right here. And this time, it didn't stop because of the water, it stopped because of the crash, but it was probably going to be stopped by the water. Make sure you go check that mod. It is still very early. I think the whole infection nest mechanic will be changed in the future. I don't know exactly how, but it's going to be improved. So I can't wait to see that. There's a lot of potential with this one. I love the nest idea with the mobs. That's something that I haven't really seen in infection mod, at least in these versions. Technically, the closest we got with building stuff is the me. Speaking of the me's, I'm really due to make a 100 days without player interaction with the me's. So let me know in the comments if you want that. And as always, you're awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!